We're back, we're working on the Prince Edward County project. So along here, I've got to do a tile backsplash. There will be a range hood going here as well, but I've got to at least get it prepped so that it can get complete tile coverage. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go actually along these edges here with an X-Acto blade, just get rid of any sort of sharp edges, and then I'm going to patch it with this right here, which is sheetrock 20. Now this stuff here dries really quickly, and it dries hard. It doesn't dry through evaporation, it actually chemically hardens. Okay, so what I've already done is taken these tiles and I've laid them out all along the side. It's not here anymore, but they were set up. I'll show you. I took them like this, set them up with tile spacers, just so I could get a good idea of what the actual visual pattern is gonna look like. In doing so, I decided that on this side over here, I'm gonna actually cut the tile in half, because when I got to this window opening here, if I didn't, I was gonna end up with a small fractional tile that was just gonna be a bit too small to be really visually appealing. By adding that half over here, it's gonna give us just enough tile. I think we're about 50%. It's gonna give us enough that if this line here is not entirely straight, if that's not entirely straight, we're gonna be able to have enough tile that we can actually cut it and scribe it to the side of this built-in. Okay, this is a quick little segment. Whenever you're dealing with tile where you have multiple boxes, it's a good idea that before you start your job, that you actually go through all the boxes and kind of shuffle the tile. And depending on the particular die lot, they may have had slightly more die or slightly less die. And if you don't shuffle them, then there's a very big chance that you're actually gonna have a situation where one box is a slightly different tone or color than another. Shuffling your tiles really makes it so that that's not gonna happen at all, and you're gonna have any sort of variation is gonna be even throughout the entire area that you're tiling. So I've got my tiles all laid out. These are all mixed randomly from the 4 or 5 boxes I'm working from. Over here, I still gotta finish patching this up. I'm just waiting to get a bit more sheetrock 45. As the sheetrock 20 I have, I don't think I have enough of it. Let's actually do a quick segment on this. This is what's considered a non-rectified tile. As you can see here on the edges, it's not cut completely straight. So this is a non-rectified tile, and this is a rectified tile. As you can see on the edges here, there's sharp edges, and they've been cut to be nice and tight, whereas these edges are wavy. So these are the tile spacers I've been using. They're made by Tavi, and they're called Tavi two-sided tile spacers. They're really good because they have this side here as well as this side. The job is complete. Okay, so I'm totally aware that I missed a whole bunch of stuff. Please bear with me, as this is one of the first actual videos on anything DIY I've tried to do. It's gonna take, or there's gonna be a bit of a learning curve as with anything, but as normal, I'm just gonna start, I'm gonna keep working away at it, and hopefully in a month or in a year or in 6 months, I'll be a lot better than I am today, which is all I'm really after. So I'm gonna include in the description a lot of the stuff that I missed, such as the size of the trowel that I was using, the type of thin set mortar I was using, and for example, what I was using to cut the tiles. They they were not porcelain tiles, so I could have, and they were ceramic tiles, so I could have used a score and snap cutter. Those are the really cheap ones that you can get at Home Depot. I'll include one of those in the description as well. But we decided to get a cleaner cut along the edge. We were just using one of those diamond blade wet tile saws, the really cheap models, the ones that you can pick up for 50 or 60 bucks at somewhere like Home Depot. So I'm gonna include that as well as a couple other resources in the comments. And yeah, if you thought this was beneficial to you, I'd appreciate it if you smash that like button and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. I'm not too sure what that's gonna be yet, but I've got a couple projects coming up.